Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Um, I'm not feeling 100% right now. Got food poisoning a few days ago and I'm still trying to recover. But as I was in pain, cause I had to go to work this morning, but I usually wake up around 2:45 to get up to try to go to work to be there at 4. But my stomach was just in pain and I went to sleep around 1 a.m. because I couldn't fall asleep because of the pain. So as I'm up, I tried to call out, but I can't get the store closed. So I had to text my store manager and my department manager to let them know. And I'm trying to fall asleep. I'm trying to get my mind off the pain. So I'm just scrolling through Instagram and I see a, the clip of Will Smith assaulting Chris Rock. And at first, I'm trying to. Sorry, low pain. At first, I was trying to figure out what happened. I wasn't sure if that was real, if it was skit, because they're both comedians. Um, so as I'm reading the comments, and I looked at there's multiple different video posting of it. Some that showed a bit more, so of like what happened. Apparently, Chris Rock made a G.I. Jane joke about Jada, Will Smith's wife, and it shown Will Smith laughing at first, and then the camera shows Jada rolls her eyes, and Will Smith gets up, walks up to on the stage to uh, Chris Rock, and just smacks him. Chris Rock is shocked, and he handled it well. He just he was like, "Wow, really?" Like for a GI Jane joke, and then apparently Will Smith was yelling, "Keep my wife's name out of your effing mouth," and he said it like twice, and Chris Rock was like, I will, okay." So see, there's matters that we don't know in the situation. Now, saying that, I will say in just that showing though, there's no excuse for Will Smith attacking Chris Rock in that scenario. Like from what we've seen, a joke. It's a comedian making a joke. A comedian. That's his job, to make fun of everyone and of everything. Now, you might have an argument if, like, oh yeah, like apparently Jada, and I never even knew this until I read some of those comments earlier. She has an illness to where it starts with an A, autophysis or something like that, where it's an illness where you lose your hair. That's why she has a low haircut. And G.I. Jane is bald because she's a woman who is in the military. So that was his joke, pretty much, just saying that, and the fact that she was wearing a green dress that day or night, I should say. But that's not an illness to where her life is at stake. You see, if she was dying of cancer or something like that, and then Chris Rock made a joke like that, making fun of her baldness, I would understand the frustration because you're losing someone at that point. That person is suffering from chemotherapy or other illness and pain. That I could understand a bit. He still shouldn't hit the person because that's still a crime. We have something called freedom of speech. Whether you like it or not, someone has the right to say whatever they want. You do not have the right to hit somebody unless they're threatening you or someone you care about. That's the only excuse to hit somebody. Now, this is coming from someone who's been bullied growing up. And I have been in situations where I had anger to where I wanted to hit somebody, but I never did. And just like 2 weeks ago, someone threatened me, someone in my family, in fact. And my statement to them was, if you touch me, I'm knocking you out. Not going in over there and just trying to fight them. Because there's a difference. The moment they touch me, that's self-defense. I'm not going over there and attacking them. And mind you, this is happening in where I live. Not in their property, not out in public. They came in my house and threatened me. That's the difference there. Now, we don't know Jada's mental health state, so maybe she's suffering mentally because of the hair loss. That's a possibility. We don't know. Because there's a bunch of people who suffer from hair loss. Many of them are men. There are some women who has low haircuts as well. Either by choice or maybe they have the same illness. I don't know. But the point is, would Chris Rock know of this mental health issue that she has based off of her experience with this illness? If the answer is yes, and he made that's distasteful, and at most you shouldn't attack him. But what you should have done, or what Will should have done, is take it like a champ, stay quiet, and address it afterwards. He could even berate him, like, this guy knew my wife was suffering mentally from having to deal with this illness of hers. At that point, he's getting hated on publicly. He's in the wrong. You don't even have to lift a finger for that. Now, if he didn't know, all Will Smith had to do was, if he wanted to get up, go on stage, ask Chris Rock to go a little bit to the side, away from the mic, privately talk to him, be like, hey, bro, can you not make that joke, and can you, and like apologize to her, because she's suffering from this. Like, it actually mentally affects her. So I just can you just apologize to her and not make a joke like that again? Boom. I bet you if he said that, Chris would have been like, oh man, I didn't know. And if he wanted him to, apologize, he probably would have done it on stage right there. Like, hey Jada, I'm sorry. That was a distasteful joke. I apologize. Boom. Done. Problem solved. Now, I see that there's two sides. There's people who are saying Will Smith was wrong for attacking. There's no reason to assault someone over a joke. And then the other side is Will Smith was being a man and protecting his wife's honor. Now, I'm more in the middle, because yes, a man should always protect his wife. But is Chris Rock physically hurting her? Physically threatening her? If the answer is anything but yes, that's not defending her. I mean, you're defending her honor? Like, her honor wasn't injured. It's a joke. And it's not like he's roasting her maliciously. He just made a joke due to her hair. That's his job. He's a comedian. Will Smith was a comedian. He made jokes about Carlton being short. For all we know, I know that's a show, and I know that's not real and all that stuff, but the fact is, that's an example of someone making fun of someone else's physical appearance, right or wrong. If you're saying, oh, well, that's fine because that was in a show, and that guy got paid for it and all that stuff, okay, but is it fine? You're still making fun of someone from their physical appearance, right or wrong. Jada was in Nutty Professor, where Sherman, that's his first name, was in. They went on a date in a club, and he was getting fat shamed from the comedian. That happened in the movie, but is that not as important because that happened in a movie and the actor was getting paid? For all we know, he always dealt with being fat shamed as well. I mean, he would only have gotten hired in that in that role because of his weight, because that was the point of the story. So is that not also wrong? Sorry, okay, text. So I mean, if you could literally just go on YouTube and you could look up roast. There's like roast of Justin Bieber. There's roast of Bob Saget and all that stuff, like of Bruce Willis. And there's people who go in, but they go in and they'll go in on stuff way worse than what Chris Rock did. Like there's people who made jokes about people dying, people who have health issues, people who's racist and all this stuff. Like they go in. Did any of them get up and attack the person? Not to my knowledge. At least not the ones I've seen. Shoot, there's a YouTuber, Calix, who has a roasting series where it would be him versus one of his friends, and they just go and roast each other. And they're YouTubers, both of them. And there were jokes. Calix he had leukemia when he was younger. They made jokes about that. Oh, I wish the leukemia went on, or something like that. And it would be like a shock moment, but they're still friends to this day. There are jokes made for the sense of a joke that can't be taken seriously. And you're not a real man just assaulting someone. A real man, it takes more strength to not hit someone than it does to hit somebody. Now, from what I've heard, Will Smith isn't there's no consequences for his actions at all, which I believe there should be, because it should be above the law. And the fact is, he assaulted someone on live television, so he should have assault charges. And he still won the Oscar. And Will Smith is one of my favorite actors. He's someone who always who's an inspiration, someone who came up, someone who seemed like they always held themselves to a high regard standard, and was always someone who helped other people. That's really inspiring for someone who grew up from, a low income family, like single mother, 2 kids, like type of household. Like to see someone of your race like make it and be a symbol that other people can make it as well. Like, but then like when you do stuff like that, when you just assault someone over jokes, when you yourself as a comedian, that's not a good look. That I can't stand behind. I don't really know much about like what's going on in his life, because like at the end of the day, I mainly just care about like my own, like what goes on in my life type thing, because everyone's life, like his life should be his private matter, unless he wants it known and he publicly says it himself, not other people finding out and then he has to explain type thing. From the comments, apparently he's in a toxic marriage. I don't know. That's his marriage. That's his life. If he wants to stay in it, that's his decision. I do hope that if it is toxic, that he gets the help that he needs. If he's mentally suffering due to things that are happening because of that marriage, I hope he gets the help that he needs. Because that's not good. People are making memes about it, but that's a serious issue. What if other comedians get attacked because of something they say? Like, when I grew up, they used to say way worse things. And by worse things, I mean like things that are worse than what they're saying today. So, but people were a bit less sensitive to that, because they knew that it was a joke. So that stuff is, I don't know, man. Like, or like, if Will gets no consequences, then what happened if another comedian like Kevin Hart makes a joke, and then we get someone else that comes up on stage and attacks him? That could easily happen. Because they're like, oh, well, Smith got away with it. And then another thing, it looks bad because it also brings them the fact like, okay, so you're a rich, powerful actor who is above the law. That's what that makes it seem like. Anyways, that's enough rambling. I'll catch you guys next time. Let me know what your thoughts on the situation that happened, and I'll catch you guys next time. Peace.